Welcome. Good morning. Thank you for joining us.
Hi, welcome. We will be starting this webinar in a couple minutes. Just waiting for more people to come in.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you're all having a great morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. We will get started soon. Okay, so we'll get started now. I would first like to introduce myself. My name is Nayeli Lopez. I am currently a peer consultant here at SARC. My pronouns are she, her, hers, and I am currently a social policy and public service and education sciences double major. And now I'll hand it over to Pinyi.
Hi everyone, I am Pingy. So I'm also a peer consultant and I'm a fourth year. My major is psychology and economics in the School of Social Science. And we're happy to present this topics to you today. Today we're going to talk about how to select a research topic in 3 steps. I'm sure that many of you have heard or have friends around you that have been either in research assistant or doing research on their own. And I want to present to you guys like how to get into research by first how to select the research topics.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Penny. So we'll like to get started with step 1, which is identifying your interest. So you first want to have an idea of what it is that you want to get into researching. And you can start off by brainstorming ideas or about fields or questions you want to get answers for. It doesn't always necessarily need to relate to your major. Maybe you're interested in something that is closely related to that field and you can kind of connect it. So you can kind of get really creative in whatever it is you want to study. You can start brainstorming by considering any particular topic from a class you've previously taken. Maybe there was just that one class that really stood out because of the material and you were interested in more. That can serve as an area that you might want to start study further. Maybe you're curious about human behavior and the mind, and that's something you want to start looking more into, or you want to find the root cause of current social issues. So there's a lot of things you can look into. These are just some samples that can start, triggering those ideas. Another thing is research is about solving problems and answering questions. And oftentimes this can be done through observation, surveys, or interviews. So everything might look a little different. And some of the action items you might want to take into place are getting organized through maybe keeping a spreadsheet or a document to track your interests. Organization will help you discuss your research with faculty because eventually that's something you're going to want to do, have someone to be able to mentor you, someone that might have the experience that you may not have and can give you that sense of direction. And it's just really important to stay organized. Maybe you're interested in multiple topics. You have everything down on a document. You can track them down easily and just keep any things you have looked over already and kind of address that.
Thank you, Nayeli. I also wanted to add in additionally that sometimes one's interest in research might not necessarily related to the major that they're having or the school. For example, for me as a psychology major, I could be interested in doing things in biosci or social ecology, so that you can definitely feel free to reach out to professors that do the research of areas of your interest. doesn't necessarily have to be within your school of studying, so that you can actually have a really broad aspect and like a big a variety of topics to choose from. So another step would be for research is to read the articles. In order for you to be more sure about that this is a topic that sparks your interest that you wanted to do, I would recommend you to do a little bit of your own research on the articles or journals or academic journals and news about that. I know that we probably have a lot of curiosity about how things work and why are they like work in this certain ways. I personally like to read just like, for example, abstract or just like the discussion and conclusion from research papers. And sometimes if I'm reading something and I'll question it, like why do they get this results, I would want to look more into it. So having that kind of a perspective helps to like analyze and then to like locate to that specific interest and to know more about it. What I think is really also helpful is to find out faculty that's also or already have been studying this topic, either with their own lab or not. But it's really important to reach out or to identify the faculties that are in these areas of interest. So, for example, if you're interested in like social psychology or moral psychology, and then you can like use that as like a keyword, and then when you're tracking down on faculty in areas that they're studying on, you can reach out to them when you found that's the several areas that they're working on has the areas that you're interested in. So that would be great. And I would say again, like just expand your search. It doesn't have to be from the social science, doesn't have to be from the major or the department. Sometimes a different department they have like overlaps in terms of their research. And then also just like utilizes the resources that we have here at UCI. So in order to like read the academic journals, for example, we actually have a lot of resources here at UCI that can provide you a database. You can also use our school's network, and then you can log into different database like JSTOR, and then just like different kind of like research database. And we also have the library guide as well. I can send the link down below, and you guys should check it out to see how to access academic articles and journals.
I just wanted to add on that, the librarians at the libraries are really available to helping you one-on-one search up these articles if for some reason you're having a hard time finding the literature review. I know that's something I kind of struggled sometimes finding like things related to what I wanted to study. And I couldn't really find articles that address that directly since there's a lack of research in that area. So I had to kind of relate it to something more closely related. So I'm studying, graduate school aspirations in current first generation Latinx students. There's not much research on that, but there is on high school students going into college, so undergrad. And then you can kind of work it out. So there's always going to be kind of a solution. You just have to really talk it out with other people and reach out for help.
Thank you, Nayeli.
And now going into step 3, one of the most important steps that will kind of solidify everything that you've been working on is, meet with someone that can provide that guidance or experience. So it can be a professor you've had, or maybe not even a professor you've had, but you looked over the staff directory and you really liked what they're interested in and it aligned with your interest. You can reach out to them and see if they're interested in working with you. Some professors will have labs that you can join. Usually those labs already have, some type of topic going on, or you can also just decide to do your own. So the benefit in that is that they would offer you advice. They would help narrow and or broaden your research. So there's a lot of insight they can provide and potentially oversee your research. So that's always nice to have, especially if this is something you're new at and kind of don't have an idea of how it's supposed to go. A mentor is always very useful and helpful in this. So, approaching faculty. So attend their virtual events, try to go to their office hours if office hours is something they offer. Take a class with them. You can also set up one-on-one meetings, kind of to chat about your research interest and kind of give them an idea of what you want to go into. You also can receive academic credit through your research through the honors program or any type of independent study. So there is Social Science 199. But there's also other programs like SERP and Europe. So there's other ways you may get involved through research. So using your resources, meet with faculty after class and contact them directly through email. So remember, they're here to help you out and anything you may need additional support with. A lot of the professors here are already in research, so it's nothing new to them. So always feel, okay with reaching out.
And I also wanted to add on top of that is a lot of people might be it's really hard, for example, to send out the emails like all the time to different faculty, and sometimes they can reject you for various reasons. For example, they might have a lot of people, or they're not really looking for anyone, like there's like limitations or something like that. What I would recommend is just kind of like always just have your own kind of a template. You can make it more personal, definitely, just like talk about why you're interested in this research that they're doing. Introduce yourself, and then like saying that you really like what they're doing and would like to be part of the team. Some people just send out like a really short inquiry. Some people rather write a bit more about themselves. So I would say either way is fine. Just kind of like having that, and then you can, it's encouraged to send out to more faculties that are within your areas of interest, and not to be just like, don't be too scared to like be rejected, and just always like try. So I want to just kind of like talk a little bit more. So I know that there seems to be a lot of steps in order to get there, and there are many aspects about like research that could be, difficult for us to execute or like to get into that position. So I wanted to talk about that. SARC is also very useful resources for you guys. So in our website, we actually have like a research section, and I'll share it in a bit too. We also have appointments where we can talk to you one-on-one, so more detailed about and more tailored specifically about what you wanted to do. And then we can give you more hands-on guidance as well, like how to send this email, or like how to narrow down the search, stuff like that, or how to like present yourself or stuff like that. So feel free to like reach out to us, or follow us in like our social media, and or just check out like our website. Definitely book appointments with us. We can definitely show you guys, break it down to steps about how to get into research as well. And I'm going to share screen just to show you kind of like how our website can give you more support and help about research. Also, if you guys have any questions, you can definitely either raise hand or leave it in the Q&A, and we'll definitely answer them as soon as we can. So in our website, we actually have a research guidance, a page that just kind of talks about what it is and how to define your research interests. I strongly recommend to check this out. It's really detailed. And then they also give you like different like resources, and like where you can like reach out or find the programs such as like Europe or SERP and stuff like that. So we have a link to the specific like department for faculty. Let me share screen actually. So in here, in this part about learning more about your subjects, you can find out where, like if you click on one of this, it will take you to all UCI faculty, and then you can search either about the research topics or department as well, or their name. Or you can just go down to see, like, for the social science like departments, which one of these you're interested in. For example, we can do politics science and see if, let's say I'm interested in, I'm not really politics science major, but like a specific topic I'm interested in, and I will find maybe several professors are doing that. For example, some people might be doing more like voting rights. Some people might doing more so on like race, gender, and ethnicities, and then you can just kind of like compare and see. Sometimes when you're taking upper division classes, those professor who teaches you actually have their own lab, and then they also have their CV in here and their email, so it's really easy, or sometimes their own website, so it's easy to like reach out to them and contact them. Sometimes during my class, my professor will mention like in my lab this and that. So I can reach out to them and just like during office hours, or to them directly after class and stuff, or send an email mentioning that I'm interested to sign up for your lab because I like this class that I'm learning from. So I think that would be just like easy and like a great opportunity to get to know the faculty from what they're teaching to you. And for example, here's from cognitive science, and then there's just different areas, and you can reach out to them for the areas that you're interested in. And again, if you don't really know if you're into that kind of field, do a little bit of a background research on that as well. And also you can learn more about it, like maybe by talking to professors, or talking to like librarian, for example, stuff like that. So we also have other kind of research program available at UCI, and we have the undergrad, the UROP program, and we have the database that I was mentioning here earlier as well. So I would say that this is definitely a very informational like site, and that there is a lot that you can definitely ask us question about. And also it's important to meet with the professor, as we kind of mentioned before, and they also have a sample email on their website. But again, I think it's more encouraged if you kind of personalize the email so that it doesn't look like it's like you send that to everyone. It's like, it definitely keep it professional, but make it individualized. And also just you can make it shorter if you want, and then just since now it's all remote, you can definitely ask for like a Zoom meeting if you want to. That would definitely be possible, or during their office hours. And
Thank you so much for sharing. We would like to open the floor up for any questions you all may have. You can feel free to unmute yourself. Sorry, I don't think that's available. Send it in the Q&A, or just raise your hand and we'll be able to answer those questions that you may have.
so I linked some resources in the link down below in the chat. Feel free to check it out. And here is
And just remember that you can always book an appointment with us as well, and we can go over this one-on-one with you, just to make it more personalized and more comfortable for you to be able to ask any questions that you may have.
Sorry about the first link that I sent. I don't think that it's available, but I can also send out more sites as well. Okay, so I think there's not too much of a question. We can definitely, we're definitely here to help you. And if you want to like learn more about it, schedule a consultation and reach out to us. And I can also send the sample email just in case as well to send out for professors. Give me 1 second.
Awesome. While you do that, Penny, I would like to thank everyone for, coming by today and joining us for this Sarcast. We really appreciate your presence and we hope this presentation was helpful. We always encourage you to, book a consultation and we are more than happy to work one-on-one with you.
I realized the link that I sent isn't working as well, but I'll just send another link down below as well.
Sounds good. If there are no further questions, thank you so much once again for joining us and we hope you enjoy the rest of your day.